One of the common myths that we really very frequently get to hear is that people saying that, oh, I have strength, I don't have flexibility. Somebody says, oh, I have flexibility better, but strength is not great. Somebody says my endurance is very good, and somebody says my balance is very good. Well, first of all, most of these things do not occur in isolation. If somebody has strength, a certain level of strength, then he or she would have a certain level of flexibility. If somebody has flexibility, then of course there needs to be some level of strength that basically helps in developing that flexibility. Well, people are born when we are kids. We have most of these pillars very highly advanced. So when we actually look at the 6 pillars of yogic wellness, which starts from endurance, strength, flexibility, mind, balance and spirituality, when we are born as kids, the first 5 pillars that includes endurance, strength, flexibility, mind and balance are in a very good shape. Some people would have something better, or some others would have something less better, or something else more better. But as we gradually grow up, we have that opportunity to work on all these 6 pillars together. So if somebody ask and tell you that my flexibility is better than you, then of course in a span of time you can actually work on your flexibility, but for that you first need to work on your strength, because strength pillar comes before flexibility. How does that happen? So I'll give you a very simple example that you stand up and start doing the backward bending. Now backward bending is a form of yogasana or a sort of a physical exercise when you are actually moving your hands to the back and try to tilt towards the back. Somebody would say that I can do that till about 30 degrees. Somebody can say that I can do about 15 degrees. But can you imagine that for anybody to go for that person to go from 30 degree to 45 degree, he or she has to first hold at 30 degree for some amount of time. And if he or she is able to hold at 30 degree for some amount of time, then only he can go back to 45 degree. Which means that there has to be some strength at 30 degree that he or she needs to first develop before going to 45 degree. Similarly, somebody who is able to go to only 15 degree will have to first develop certain strength by holding at 15 degree before he or she can move back to about 30 degree. So when you actually start moving back, you need to keep holding at different degrees of movement and first develop the strength before you develop the flexibility to the next degree of movement. And it happens in every body part. So for example, if I am not able to do splits, and if I want to do splits, first I have to keep stretching and holding at a certain position. And once I am able to hold at that certain position for some amount of time, once my strength develops at that position, then I can stretch further to the next position. And this is the gradual process that leads to better flexibility. Similarly, if you want to talk about balance, what is balance? Balance is not just physical, balance is not just external, balance is more internal. And somebody can come and tell me that I have thyroid as an issue. Somebody else can come to me and say that I have hypertension as an issue. The third person can come and tell me that I have diabetes as an issue. Well, in the yogic sciences, it is believed that if your one system is out of balance, then there is a high probability that the entire body will become out of balance gradually. It's like a nuclear fission reaction. And to stop that nuclear fission reaction, you have to control any imbalance that is happening in your body at any level. So for example, if I have hypertension, which has been diagnosed early, then I need to work on the hypertension so that it doesn't become a nuclear fission and leads to other complications in my body. That's why when we say that there is one imbalance or there is more than one imbalance, I have more flexibility, you have less flexibility, these are all very, very naive terms to say. When we talk about these terms to the people who join our program, we talk about an overall health, or basically working on all the 6 pillars of yogic wellness together. Because when you work on these 6 pillars of yogic wellness together, then only you can become overall healthy, and then only your health will work in your favor.